Alright, sorry about that delay in recording there. Had some real life issues that needed attending to. So, hope everyone has a happy new year and many good returns. So, matchup against Just Guy, not much to say about it other than maybe that hand game 1 was a mulligan, but beyond that I think probably not a good matchup with Just Guy. Hand is a little bit mana heavy, but it's probably a keep. Okay. Either Merfolk or Death and Taxes, most likely. Maybe some type of bad opening for an Eldrazi deck. Have a couple pieces of interaction here. Yeah, looks like this is gonna be guess we'll get Noble down here. Not really a huge difference in the two. Alright, so blue, white, red. Opponent, whoever they are, had a bit of a risky keep, so see if they activate Mutavault. They do not. Probably something like Tide Hollow Sculler here. Or Harbinger. Yep, sure. So put our opponent on a clock. And I guess we'll go ahead and use this to get the bird down. Tweeter. Not the best hand for Merfolk. Alright, well that gets a little bit scarier. We got Siege Rhinos and removal, so we should be able to win this game probably fairly easily. Okay. The heck? Alright, that one's annoying. Tap target creature and opponent controls, doesn't untap. No blocks. Opponent's definitely got a weird sense of adventure here. That's black. Green. And Siege Rhino. Attack with bird. Master comes down. Alright, so you're just dead on board. Cool. Actually, I guess they aren't quite dead, but they are pretty close here. Probably won't block. White, black, and green. Play an Offenza here. And pass. Lord of Atlantis, sure. Mutavault, sure. Master of Waves, sure. Alright. So, we are up against lovely Merfolk. Probably want the Abrupt Decays here. Probably want Static Casters in this matchup. And Finks, maybe? Question is, what am I cutting? So Falcon Wrath on the draw don't seem fantastic. Might want to cut like a Kasali and one Noble. See how our mana curve looks now. Seems reasonable. Kind of want to interact with their lords and then just kill their dorks as we can. Think on the draw. Like if we're on the play, I could see us trying to race, but on the draw, I think interaction's probably where we want to be. Hand's not great, but we'll keep it. Island. Oh, well. Ether Vial isn't the greatest here. Probably lead on Bird of Paradise. Unfortunately, this hand seems to be very dependent on that bird living, so. Tide Hollow Sculler. Oh, Spreading Seas. Sure. Kitchen Finks. Silvergill revealing Lord of Atlantis. Another Siege Rhino, huh? Let's go ahead and start getting in with things here. Let's see if our opponent decides to seriously Harbinger of the Tides. Alright. So we're probably going to take a huge hit here. Maybe getting Noble out was the correct play last turn. Alright, there's Lord of Atlantis. Which I find somewhat peculiar. Alright, what does Ziggurat unlock here? It's what, a 2/4? Play out Thinks again. Leave up the ability to Abrupt Decay on the Spreading Seas to kind of blow them out mid-combat. Alright, that's kind of annoying. Yeah, this game has just gotten too far out of hand, this game. Alright, so Merfolk doing Merfolk annoying things. So... Pride Mage in another Noble Hierarch out on the draw. Try it like that. Guess I'd like to play first. 2 lands, Bird of Paradise. I think we keep this hand. Ancient Ziggurat. Bird of Paradise. Good old Vapor Snag. Alright. Pass to her opponent. Revealing Sieg, sure. Land, please. Land, please. Wow. Opponent is going deep. Jiminy Christmas. Sure. Come on, one land, please. Seriously, deck? Alright, we're not coming back from this. There's nothing we can cast, and Merfolk doing Merfolk things. Freaking gut shot of all things. Alright. It's like, normally you're thinking Merfolk wouldn't be interacting with their mana dorks, but 5-color mana base are a little fragile, and then I guess Gutshot has some play in the format, but man, it's been a while since I've even seen Gutshot in the sideboard. So Jeskai, the mulligan to 6 probably should have been a mulligan to 5, and then Merfolk, I don't know. There's a couple different decisions in that game 2. Game 3 was just... Alright, so keep this hand. Oh, Affinity. Cool. I mean, at least on a positive note, be not noble here. For an Affinity draw, that was relatively tame for turn 1. Springleaf Drum. Alright, Bolt Scourge. Mantis Rider. This deck has some explosive draws, but man, it is got some weird stuff going on. It's very dependent upon drawing one of its 5-color lands and one of these mana dorks, it seems. So, what is this? Okay. I have no idea what's going on with this Affinity list. Maybe they just don't have Mox Opal? Hope of Gear 4. Alright. Path to Exile. One very large Mantis Rider, which means you're in chump block mode already. Alright, so they're going to block? Sure, I'm cool with this exchange, I think. Could have Pride Mage to fog it, but I'd rather have Pride Mage in play, I think. Or I could have even pathed it, I guess. I think I'm just going to go ahead and hold up Pride Mage activation. Etched Championes. Sure. Ah, kitchen stinks. Triggers! Alright, so play out bird. Play out Sphinx here. Pass to our opponent. So it looks like our opponent's on a slightly budget version of Affinity with the Mind Stone instead of Mox Opal, perhaps. It's my best guess. Another Edge Champion, sure. Gonna go ahead and path his Volt Scourge. Just more problems than it's worth at the moment. Presuming our opponent will have a basic land here. Yep, island. Alright, Ancient Ziggy Rot. And we'll play out green, white, black, and Fenza here. And pass. With obviously Casoli activation up for something like, yeah, Ornithopter's slightly annoying, but it's kind of whatever here. Crack the Mind Stone. Another Ornithopter. Ravager? Oh, Overseer. Alright, Steel Overseer is good as dead. Alright, Ziggurats. So put it on. Thanks. Yep. Yep. Sure. And then go ahead and blow up you. Knight, sure. Alright, I'll give you credit, but I think you're just, nope, not quite dead on board, but Siege Rhino pretty much wraps it up. Alright. And Battle Cattle. Alright, so our opponent is a slightly budgetized version of Affinity with Mind Stone instead of Opal, it looks like. So definitely want Abrupt Decays. We definitely want Static Casters here. These Falcon Wraths aren't great against a deck full of X1 Flyers. And one more cut. Probably want the additional Kitchen Finks. Maybe shave like a voice or two, because voice doesn't seem particularly great in the matchup. Because most of their stuff is either Flyers or something like S Champion, which tends to blanket, so. Alright, opponent. What is your decision? Yeah, hands to keep. I mean, at best, we've got turn 2 Manus Rider. At worst, we've got turn 1 Mana Dork into turn 2. Alright, Blink Moth next eye. Pithing Needle. What do you name, though? Kasali Proud Mage, probably? Noble Hierarch. Less their mana abilities. Okay. wanted to make sure. Signal Pest, sure. I think opponent's gonna be pretty disappointed here. At blue, red. See if our opponent figures out the problem with their particular Alright. Alright, Gal Blast is a card. This Edge Champion? Ah, Cranial Plating. Alright, there's a battle cattle. So I think this turn we just hold up Staticaster. Seems like the best play. Another cranial plating, sure. Sure. It's a lot of damage. Blue. That and that. Play out is it Staticaster. Kill that. Well, I'll give it to our opponent. They're still fighting the good fight. So when I use avoid using Mana Confluence here if possible. And so green, white, and black. Battle Cattle. Go Battle Cattle. And alright, opponent scoops up. Not sure why you'd name Noble Hierarch with Pithing Needle unless you don't understand the interactions of either you don't understand its mana abilities or you don't understand that Exalted is a trigger, not a activated ability. This is the only thing I can think of there. So applaud our opponent for fighting on, but that was... If you're going to bring in Pithing Needle, I probably would have named Kasali there. Considering they did concede. Yeah, they did concede. They did concede! Yes, they did concede. They did see Kasali Pride Mage in Game 1, so that would have been something to bring it in for. Excuse me. Mulligans to 6, mulligans to 5, keeps their hand. Alright, so... Cast multicolored spells. Funky. So we don't get to play Bird on 1 with this really awkward hand. Oh, now we draw that. Cool. Kasali, Pride Mage. Pass to our opponent. Not sure what this could indicate. Some type of Obs on deck. Obs on deck. Obs on deck. My opponent's playing an Obs on deck. Alright, so that is... This can tap for red, this can tap for white, this can tap for blue. Play out Mantis Rider here. We have Abrupt Decay for your Tarmogoyf. It's currently a 1-2. Hit you for 5. Well, that's unfortunate. Probably take Abrupt Decay here would be my guess. Yep. Presuming they have removal here. If not, alright. I missed a point of damage there for no particular reason. Pass. Liliana of the Veil? Sure. What, ticking up? I mean, all I'm doing is discarding a Bird of Paradise. So you'd have to have exactly Path to Exile here to punish this line. You do not. Alright. And... Alright, I'm going to sacrifice a Birds of Paradise. Alright. So it looks like we're up against traditional Abzanistan. So... Falcon Wrath seems fine, except they have Lingering Souls, so it's kind of a... I have no idea what all should be coming in right now. Finks is reasonable, Rest in Peace, and Kitchen Finks is a non-bow, but this does I think hurt them a lot more than it would me. Abrupt Decays in some number. I think some amount of the Mana Dorks can come out. I don't think... Falcon Wrath where we want to be, probably not on the draw, maybe on the play. And some consideration for Staticaster. The problem is with Staticaster is if it's just Lingering Souls, is that a good enough reason? Probably not. Go ahead and try it like this. Yeah, I mean, it's a hand with creatures. Probably gonna play. Nope, no discard spell on one. Doesn't mean our birds is gonna live though. I mean, if they kill the birds, so be it. Not like this is going to keep us from playing on curve. Alright. Looks like they don't have a kill spell for birds unless it's Abrupt Decay? Oh, Grim Flare, sure. Green, black, white. Alright. I have big butt and cannot lie. Can you get through this Anafenza? This is removal spell on Anafenza. I mean, why didn't you just do that otherwise? Whatever, opponent. Path to Exile. It's a very interesting. Okay, so you have a land. Lingering Souls. Souls that linger. So I have access to 5 mana here. Black. White. Play another Anafenza out. White. Green. Play out Kasali and pass. Double block. Sure, you're still losing your Grim Flare. You have another follow-up. Alright, we can stop drawing lands at any time now. Play out the Kasali. Green. Green. Play out Finks. Another Lingering Souls. Nope, Tireless Tracker. Flood Out is real with this deck, isn't it? Does our opponent have a follow-up here? Battle Kettle? Yep. Alright, well, we're not winning that particular game. So, opponent has Lingering Souls. How much does that really change the equation? We flooded out quite a bit that game, despite actually boarding down some of our mana dorks. I think we'll just go ahead and submit and try again. Yes, I'd like to play first. Alright, so this hand... Sure, we'll keep it. No mana dork, but... Ancient Ziggy, go. Alright, pass. Path to Exile is a solid draw. Pass to our opponent. Alright. I have no idea what our opponent's trying to telegraph here. This Grim Flare? Or Dismember, possibly? I have no idea. Well, I mean, that's moderately annoying. They get our Path to Exile here. Alright. Battle Cattle it is. Black. Green. White. And if we hit another land, or our opponent abrupt decays things... Alright, Tarmogoyf, sure. Alright. That land is some slippery business, isn't it? Alright, so you don't appear to have a 1-mana removal spell in your hand. Good to know. Okay. Alright, Kitchen stinks. Alright, so you're telling me our opponent just has nothing? Or do they have Damnation? Yep, Damnation's a card, sure. I played too much into that damnation, presuming my opponent had nothing. Green. White. Pass to her opponent. Alright. Yep. Misplaying into that damnation really hurt there. So, alright. One more match this league. Yep, I overplayed the damnation. I should have realized what my opponent was trying to do there. Playing in that damnation was definitely the loss. Alright, so... yeah, keep this in. Burn. Yep, looks like burn. Let's see what our opponent... they have like Searing Blaze or something. So I guess our opponent did mulligan? Yeah, mulligan to 6. See if you go after Birds of Paradise here or just my face. Yep, birds. Alright. Yep. Eidolon of the Great Revel. Battle Cattle. This may very well force my opponent to burn a burn spell at this Kasali. Alright. Do you show me Searing Blaze? You've got a Searing Blaze. Here comes Eidolon. Land? Oh, Kasali Pride Mage. Alright. Not sure what our opponent is planning on. Okay, Lightning Bolt, sure. Odd timing choice for this. So we're going to 8, back to 10. You've got one card in hand. Alright. Lava Spike, sure. Going to 7. Untap land. Voice of Resurgence. Alright. And there's a chance we die here, but not playing spells isn't going to get us anywhere either, so. See how our opponent chooses to handle this. They had no burn spell at the end of turn. Sure. Do you have the other burn spell to kill us? Of course you do. Alright. So... Alright, so for this matchup... Falcon Wrath out. Path to Exiles out. Sin Collectors in. Kitchen Finks in. Tide Hull Sculler is probably in. And boarding down a Kasali. Try it like this. Well, this hand is certainly risky, but gotta risk it for a biscuit. Lead on Gemstone Mine and pass. Show me Goblin Guide. Give me a land, Goblin Guide. Ooh, well, I mean, I'm sort of excited there, but at the same time, not. Alright, so... Green... White... Undo... Voice of Resurgence... Pass to our opponent. Alright, so our opponent's stuck on one land. That'd be nice if they were. Looks like they might be. Ooh, Pillar of Perunes. Nice, nice. No second land. Good for us. Alright, so what am I playing here? Black, that, and white. Go ahead and see if we can choke our opponent a little bit. On spells to play, spells to play. Riftbolt, Lightning Helix. Lava Spike, and Lightning Bolt. Let's go ahead and take a Lightning Bolt there. Definitely see why they kept a hand, but it's not the best in the world. Swiftest of Spears. Trigger. Hit another land. Alright, well, let's reduce the damage we take here. Battle Cattle. Probably one of our better draws here. Opponent finally drew a second land. I think you probably should have Lava Spiked there, friend. Alright, another Battle Cattle. Black. White. That. Battle Cattle. Alright, Rift Bolt, do your worst. Going to the face. Alright, I admire your spunk, opponent. Goblin God. Lava Spike. Yep, Lava Spike. So, opponent has Boros Charm and Helix in hand. I think I'm just going to attack with the Siege Rhinos, not give them any more information. We pretty much know how they sideboarded. Alright, we got a little lucky. They stumbled a bit. We started hitting Battle Cattles before we died, so Goblin Guy was the MVP of that game. Now, on the draw, I think there's more consideration for Path to Exile. So, the question is, if I'm bringing those in, what am I cutting? It's possible I'm just supposed to cut some amount of Mana Dorks on the draw, because they're likely to just die with their idiots in play. Skuller's a lot worse on the draw. I'm just supposed to bring in removal spells for their creatures, because those are the draws that probably get us the worst on the draw. Is there one drop, or one drop idle on hands? Yeah, guess we keep this one. Keeps their hand. Do you have a 1-drop? Show me a land. Sin Collector. Alright. So... unfortunately, I have to play Mana Confluence here. So if this bird dies, we don't have a play next turn, which is annoying. But I can only do so much. Searing Blaze, right? Smells like a Searing Blaze. Oh, Eidolon. Okay, I can live with Eidolon. Siege Rhinoceros. Alright. Black, white. Strip out one of our opponent's spells here. Path Exile and Lightning Helix. Take the path, leave them with the damage spell. Land is good. I think we trade off with Eidolon here. Play out the Ziggurat. So, green, bird. So if you drew Skullcrack here, looks like you did. Yep. Puts us to 7. So there's no way you can kill us this turn. We have Battle Cattle lined up for next turn. Alright. So we know one of the 2 cards in your hand. Abrupt Decay. Alright. Searing Blaze on Battle Cattle. Noble Hierarch. Guess I'd go to 2. I can't kill them on the backswing. So... the heck? Take your lightning helix. Pass to our opponent. Alright, ziggurats. Actually, what I need to do is black, green, and this is multicolored spells, right? Yep. So we'll just hold up Abrupt Decay here. If our opponent, I was going to say, if our opponent goes for anything here, alright, land means you're dead. Alright, Helix. Come back, go to 5. And Mantis Rider just kind of ices it. Red. And so I have what, white left? Yep. Trigger, attack. And kill you, opponent. I don't think they had an out at this point, so. Alright, so. Thoughts on the deck. So, obviously there are some matchups. The playing into the Damnation from Abzan was a bit of a mistake. What else went on there? The Merfolk matchup just kind of got away from us a little bit. A little bit of disruption, and our opponent had some unique cards. Maybe we didn't sideboard entirely correctly. The burn matchup, obviously with Siege Rhino and Kitchen Finks and discard in the form of Sin Collector in the sideboard, the burn matchup is probably pretty decent, as long as they don't like nut draw us. Jeskai feels pretty bad because most of our creatures die to Lightning Bolt, and the few that don't, they have Path to Exile or counter spells for. The Abzan matchup's probably pretty close if I don't play into that Damnation there. I mean, obviously there's a lot of room to tinker with the deck. There's some. When you're playing 5-color creatures, you have access to a lot of different options. The deck is powerful but vulnerable because you're playing a 5-color deck. You're relying on mana creatures, so if your opponent can interact with either of those axes, the deck is a little bit vulnerable. But overall, it's very powerful and very fun. Could easily have been 3-2 if I didn't play into that Damnation the one game. Beyond that, it's a deck I would be interested in picking up again, maybe tweaking it a little bit depending on the meta. But certainly it's very powerful with what it's doing. If your opponent can answer your creatures, obviously you can run out of gas pretty quickly. So there might be like some consideration for something like Dark Confidant or Tireless Tracker or something along those lines to get a little bit more of a grindy edge to the deck. But beyond that, I think the deck was pretty reasonable. I like the spread of spells. I like the disruption it presents, especially after sideboard. So maybe a few tweaks here and there, but beyond that, deck was pretty fun, pretty powerful. So that'll be it for the 2017 year. I think I might have another video I might work on tonight, which is a comparison video of Grixis, Death Shadow, and Delver about how they play certain matchups. But beyond that, we're going to wrap it up here for tonight. Thanks everyone for tuning in, seeing this on YouTube. Sorry for the problems on Twitch this evening. Hopefully those will be rectified and we can go forward with a strong 2018. I want to say thanks to everyone for hanging out. Feel free to hit that like, comment, and subscribe here on the YouTube channel, and over on Twitch, feel free to follow us. Thanks for watching. Good night.